fantastic is this? This is a day to be remembered in the eons of time! I saw a fish jump, Jake! I saw a fish jump! Woo! It is now June 21st, 2013, and we just barely arrived at our home for the night, I think. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite as marvelous as have a great sleep, and I don't think I can just Woo! Glad I brought that hammock. I wish I brought my hammock. Okay. Here we are on our double overnighter. Got a raging fire now. There's snow on the ground. My motorcycle, my stuff. I guess it's time to get my food in me, but we're camped right next to this lake. I've never done anything like this before. That's the setting sun over the clouds with those mountains in the background. Something I've never beheld in my life. There's the moon. And Caleb's over here. He brought a hammock, so time will tell who was more wise, him or me. But he's got a hammock over here that's going to be covered up in a tarp. Hammock! I don't know if I could sleep in a hammock. I think I'd rather sleep with, I don't know. We'll see what happens. This scene is changing by the second. We got here and it was sort of cloudy up there, and then in about a half hour you couldn't even see this lake, and now the skies are clearing up, showing the ridgeline better and better. Looks like we might get a clear night after all. The moon came and disappeared at least twice. It would show its face and clouds would roll over. But it's an ever-changing scene all about us. Look at I love that reflection in the lake. I don't think I'm going to be able to see this beauty on the camera, but I just wish I could. Just take it all in. And we got our camp over here. It's getting darker, so I better. Well, here's the report. It looked pretty good last night. Can't let me sleep on this thing, which is actually pretty good. Give me some kind of insulation for my hips to lay on at least. I think it was around 4 when Caleb woke up and he was freezing. So he had to make some adjustments. That's woke me up. But he said that I was snoring away. I thought that it was 1 or 2, but it must have been closer to 4 or 5 because shortly after that I saw the stars go away and the sun start to come up. And I loved it. Looking over here every once in a while at this mountain range as it changed colors throughout the morning. The light increased. Right now I'm just hoping that these clouds lift so we can have a warm day. You can see that it's still a frozen pond, so it got very, very cold last night. This is my sleeping bag right here. think I got wet because of the condensation more than anything. So what I got going on is I built the fire on this side to try to push some of the heat that way to dry things off. Here we are at this Bear Valley Lake. I was just explaining that it froze last night for sure. Walking over here, my camera battery died. I don't know how well this picks up on the camera. You can see that ridge line of ice that formed in one night when we were in that coldness. It was very cold. But I kept moderately warm. This whole thing froze over us a little bit. You can see those footprints over there. I walked over there last night. There's a spring right up over there. Drank out of last night. And this mountain range is just phenomenal to be right up next to, and it changed colors all throughout the morning. I don't know if you can hear those birds in the background, but I still remember hearing the first bird of the morning. And that was a relief, knowing that the morning wasn't there if the birds were chirping. How'd the night go?
It was off and on.
This is right where I slept my head right next to that spot as closest to the fire as I could. I had to stoke it once, that took about an hour, and I fell back to sleep. Got about 5 hours of sleep, I predict. Kib was over here in no man's land. He said he did pretty good on that hammock. But he rolled over once and he got sopping wet. I don't know how you can sleep on your side in a hammock. Somehow Kib pulled it off. When I woke up this morning, I could clearly see our mountain. But right now that thing is just in a cloud. In fact, it looks like that we might be getting more snow. So it looks, and snowed maybe at least an inch, if not more, last night. Yesterday that puddle was dry. Now it looks like it's there again. We're both shivering as we crawled out of our bags because it was plenty chilly this morning. It is now 8 o'clock in the morning. We are now pretty much all set up with camp. Can't think of anything else left that I even have to do. So let's get on my bike. And one or two things, but that's it. And our mountain has never really came out to say good morning to us. You can kind of see the silhouette of it up there now. We've had a light snow now for probably an hour. So we're gonna bid adios to our lake. Kind of like this picture. Up there we got some video of blue skies and sunshine. We get a little bit lower and we're going right through a cloud. A lot of snow right now is falling out of the trees, but I don't think it's snowing. Well, it might be a little bit. It's kind of a wonderful sight to see. Kind of like the mist. Here he comes.